Hey, I'm Silker. Hi. This video's like a month and a half late or something like that now. I reached 1K like right before the Zelda series started, and I'm like, okay, I'll just do the special once I'm done with Zelda, assuming that would be a quick process, and now we're like 13 episodes in or something like that. So since that's taking so long, I figured I'd get this Q&A out of the way before too much time passes and the whole thing stops feeling quite as special. Hopefully I'm not too late on that. So yeah, 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot. 1K has pretty much been my like singular goal ever since starting YouTube. I didn't really plan too far past this. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna set my sights next. Like 10,000 is the obvious choice, but that just feels way too far away to be realistic at the moment, but who knows. But yeah, 1K is great, because now I make money, because it's great to set a goal and actually reach it. It's great seeing the 3 years I've put into this like actually pay off, having actually reached my goal. Anyways, I asked you guys for some questions for a Q&A, and you guys delivered. I wasn't sure if I'd get enough questions. I don't know if enough people care about me, but yeah, I got enough. So let's do that. So first question, what inspired me to start YouTube? Feels like a good place to start. Basically just watching other YouTubers throughout middle school. Though at the time I basically just watched Team Fortress YouTubers. If I had started YouTube around then, I probably would have been a Team Fortress YouTuber. But around high school I started watching a lot more Smash Bros YouTubers. Alfred in particular I remember being very influential towards, especially my earlier videos, but even now. Alright, next. How long have I been working on this? I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years, but I actually started content creation in general a little bit early. I started trying out Twitch streaming, but I found myself burnt out really quickly, so I stopped about a year in and switched over to YouTube. Which, honestly, with the state of the site, was probably the best decision. I do kind of want to get back into streaming at some point, but I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. Alright, next. How have I been? I have been great, thank you. And what was my favorite video I've recorded? The word recorded makes this a little tough, actually, because my favorite video on the channel is probably the Splatoon 3 clip dump one, the most recent one, because I got to do a lot of really cool edits that I haven't done before and just kind of flex my admittedly not as good as other people editing skills. It was one of the first videos where I didn't really have to compromise what I wanted an edit to look like and what I could make the edit look like, so it was a lot of fun just seeing stuff come to life and work out. Also, this one viewer spike towards this one edit really justifies the 20 minutes I spent after making it, just rewatching it over and over again, laughing at my own joke. As for actual recording though, I really don't know. It's also subject to recency bias, right? The recent Zelda videos have been super fun, but I think the most fun I have tends to be the videos with other people in them, so like the Cursed Custom stages and the Minecraft videos and stuff like that. Alright then, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's my opinion of the number 11? That is a tough one, actually. Like, I kind of want to give it, like, I feel like a hard 5, but I feel like that's a little low, like maybe a 6. I can't really decide between the two. Like, I kind of want to give them both together, like 5 and 6, and like combine it somehow. I don't know how that'd really work, but that's just my opinion of 11, I think. Next up, favorite Gen 3, 6, and 9 Pokemon. Oddly specific gens, but okay. I'm gonna reverse the order of them to make it a little easy on myself, go from easiest picks to hardest picks. So Gen 9, you already know it's gotta be Skronkly, the boy, the hero himself. He's electric type, which is my favorite type. He's got good type coverage with the punch moves. He gets Iron Fist, and there's the new punching glove item that lets his Thunder Punch do more than Wild Charge, and I don't have to worry about recoil, and there's also Ice Punch for ground types. And then Revival Blessing's just really funny, because game design is hard, apparently. Gen 6, I have to say Aegislash. He's actually one of the few Pokemon I've actually gone out of my way to shiny hunt, like using a traditional method. And can you blame me? His shiny looks sick. I've always really liked swords and knives and stuff like that. My family actually has a collection of that stuff, and I am less than responsible with them. But yeah, swords are pretty cool. This guy's a sword. I like swords. I like this Pokemon. Gen 3 is the hard one, actually, because, I actually haven't played a Hoenn game. Mawile's pretty cool, though. It's cute. I like the back towards the camera battle stance. It's pretty neat. Mega Mawile. Overall, just pretty neat. Will I ever drink Pilk? No. And will I play Bravely Default? To be honest, probably not. I'm not sure if long RPGs are great for the channel. I mean, Zelda's probably the longest game I'll ever play if I can help it. Dedicating a couple months to a single series isn't great if, you know, someone's not interested in that series. But if there's enough support for any game, long or not, if enough people want to see me play it, then sure, why not? I'll probably have fun with it. I have fun with most games I play. I'll always be willing to consider any game that people want me to play as long as it's YouTube friendly. Why the red beanie? What's my favorite color? Is Kirby my favorite series? And what's my favorite Kirby game? So, the beanie. So back in high school, I suffered from a thing called trichotillomania. It was like a thing where I pull my hair out, and this was like a barrier that stopped me from doing that, and so I just started wearing it, and now I actually really like the style of hat. So when it came time for me to make a YouTube channel, I wanted to make, you know, some sort of identity, and I figured, you know, a red beanie is a pretty easy thing to make your channel identity. Like, it makes it easy to associate anything with the channel, like, this is Kirby. And now, it's a Silica Kirby. Like, you just put a hat on something and suddenly it's my channel, it's my thing. You can't take it. I mean, you could. It's just a hat. And also a copyright protected character that does not belong to me, but, you know, ignoring that. She fell! Help her! What's my favorite color? Well... blue. Is Kirby my favorite series? Yeah, it's got good characters, it's got, you know, good stories, easy to get into. I like how it's very simple but still has this very convoluted kind of like lore to it for if you're interested in it. None of the, like, complicated, convoluted stuff is required to, like, understand the game, and I love that. It's brilliantly designed. And even with the convoluted lore, not everything's answered. You still get to do a lot of work on your own, and I find that a lot of fun. I like the really high power scaling in Kirby. You've, you know, got your handful of planet busters, you know, threats to the universe. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Everyone's really strong. I like that. And what's my favorite Kirby game? Well, with 270 hours in it, I think I have to go with Star Allies. I know a lot of people don't like this game, but I just don't really see why. Like, if it's too easy, just don't use the friends. It's got massive amount of abilities, massive amount of dream friends, that just, everyone's back. Everyone is here, but it's Kirby. It's basically got its own built-in difficulty slider, ranging from, like, I could do this blindfolded 3 times in a row without dying, and the hardest challenge the series has, or at least one of the hardest challenges the series have. I haven't played every Kirby game. I don't know, Black Ball is probably harder or something. And it's got all this replayability. Like, cool, you beat the arena, do it 36 more times. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It doesn't count for 100%, but you can, and it marks them. It puts little marks on them. That means everything to me. I also got a couple questions asking about my favorite game in general, and is it weird to say Smash Bros? I mean, playtime aside, it's solely responsible for introducing me to, like, every series I play now. Back when I was a kid, I used to consider it, like, above other series, like, you know, okay, this series is cool, but it's not in Smash Bros. And to a limited extent, I still do, even if it doesn't always represent the series very well. It always feels special when a new series gets added into Smash Bros. And even though there's characters I want that'll never happen, it's still nice seeing what does get added and getting introduced to new series that I would have never given a second glance otherwise. Oh, the actual game itself is super fun too, whether I'm taking it super seriously or messing around with computers. I have 3,400 hours in this game for a reason. It's probably more now, I have no idea. It's very fun. As for best game of all time, impartial to my personal opinion, I don't know if I really can answer that, because how do I answer a question like that without bias? Like, it's obviously going to have to be a game I've played, or else I literally can't have an opinion on it. So I guess, like, one of these, if I really had to pick. How did I pick the name Silica? Well, long story short, it's a word I made up. But you're here for the long story, so let's do that. I've always been interested in game design since I was a kid, so I like coming up with things like movesets and attack names. Back in middle school during my super edgy phase, I came up with an attack name called Killiker, which super edgy and cringe, right? I don't even know what it was supposed to mean, but it had kill in the name, so obviously it was very cool. So you know how you get like songs stuck in your head and they just keep reappearing in your head and it's annoying and you can't get rid of it? Yeah, that's what happened, but with a word. All the way until high school, I would just be sitting and randomly the word Killiker would pop up in my head, this super cringe name I came up with in middle school. Anyways, around that time I wanted to change my gamer tag because the one I had at the time I figured was really lame and I didn't like it. And suddenly, on cue, Killiker appears in my head. And I thought, oh, that'd be kind of neat to like use that word that's been annoying me for the past half decade and use it as my username. But, you know, that name is super edgy and cringe, so I couldn't use it as is. So I thought about how the letter K makes the same noise as the letter C, and how the letter C can also make the same noise as the letter S. So I could now switch around the S and the K sounds, and I had started mixing and matching things until I found one that I liked, which ended up being Siliker. And that's how I came up with my name. Weirdly complicated compared to like other name origins I've seen, but I mean, whatever. And finally, what's happening in the future? That's a great last question. Almost like I planned to put it at the end. So, I don't know. I mean, I have some stuff I want to do in the future, but I've got zero plans for any of it. Like, I mentioned I wanted to start streaming again. This is when I'm going to talk about it. If I do stream again, it's probably going to be here on YouTube, but honestly, I'm just not sure if I can quite pull the viewers to make it, like, not mentally taxing. Because the main issue I had with when I was on Twitch was I'd stream, no one would show up, and I'd lose all motivation instantly. So that's why I want to build a little bit of a following first. I'm not sure if I'm there yet, but, you know, if people really want me to stream, I'll look into it. A Discord server sounds nice, but I just don't have the social skills for it. I don't even talk on the Discord servers I'm already in, so having one that I have to manage and, you know, consistently be on just doesn't sound, like, feasible to me at the moment. I also know literally nothing about running a Discord server because I don't really go onto Discord servers, so I'd have to learn a lot before I even do that, but that does sound like a lot of fun. Just to be able to, like, interact with viewers more, because that's something I do want to do a lot more of. I love viewer interactions, but I just don't have the viewers to do that yet. I mentioned that I originally wanted to do Team Fortress videos, like back in middle school. There's a chance I try to set up a second channel for that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to, because I mean, learning how to set up a second channel aside, I record everything on a laptop, and asking that thing to run a game and record at the same time is too much for it. I can only really get away with making videos because I'm playing on console, so it does all the heavy lifting and then the computer just records it. So I have to like get a better laptop before I can really dive into doing Team Fortress videos beyond like clip dumps, like the Splatoon videos and the clips I have on my Switch. That's probably all I'd be able to do at first, but I mean, if people want to see it, I'm down. So for now, I'm not going to be doing much else other than just getting better at videos and getting better at commentary and getting better at editing and all that stuff. So, thanks for watching my stuff. Thanks for watching this. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. So, moral of the story. Stormy. Moral of the Stormy. How do you do the rock eye? I hate myself. Final. I'm already laughing at my own joke. This sucks. How'd I pick the name Siliker? Almost dropped that. So when it came time for me to make a YouTube, I love my voice. Perfect. I'm about to sneeze. I've always really liked swords and knives and just generally sharp stuff. My family actually. I don't like that stutter. It was one of the first videos where I got to. It was one of the first videos where I didn't have to. What's the word I used for this in the scripts? The cat's in here. They're making noise. This is Percy, so head of Percy. He's a little dumb, but we still love him. And what was my favorite video I recorded? I got one chance to do that take. I hope that worked.